Hey, Rajan here. Today we look into habits for better sleep and early wake up. One of the problems with remote work is that you have the whole day to finish your tasks, and they may lead you to procrastination and stretching work all throughout the day, not doing very good job and at the same time not having a quality rest time. One of the solutions is to have a specific time to finish all your work activities. Turn off Slack, forget about work. And let's say it would be 5 p.m. and after that time you chill, you do wherever you like. But to finish work early, we also need to wake up early, and that could be quite a challenge. To make progress with our sleep habits, we need to have some kind of metric so that we can measure our progress. At Increaser, you can set a goal for yourself. Let's say it would be to start work at 6:30 a.m. and you could see what days you perform well and which days you wake up late and ended up not starting work at the time. Here we have three sections. The first one is habits, then one-time actions, and things to try. I didn't come up with any of this advice. What I did instead is that I went to different sources and collected it from YouTube videos and podcasts of legitimate people. So let's start with habits. The first one is to remove caffeine after a specific time. It could be 1 p.m. or 3 p.m. You need to understand it by being more aware of your body and how you fall asleep. The next one is get sunlight in your eyes as close to waking as possible and following with sunlight at sunset. Both of those advice taken from Andrew Huberman podcast, so you should definitely check it out to better understand how it works. Then exercise early in the day, as little light as possible before sleep. So for example, no screens and overhead lights after 8 p.m. Turn on the light before waking up. Do yoga nidra and meditation to easily fall asleep. Cold exposure early in the day, like cold morning shower. Work hard all day so that you are tired by the end of the day. Treat weekends and weekday as the same scene so your body is adapted to go to bed at the same time. Make the room cold. Have white noise machine to have some white noise sound. Stop eating at least 2 hours before sleep. Stop drinking alcohol within 4 hours before bed. Go to bed between 9 and 11 p.m. and it would be good to set an alarm so that if you with other person, you can remember that you need to go to bed. The next one is to have an orgasm before bed. Then take a hot shower or bath before bed. Have adequate chill time before sleep. So for example, no work 2 hours before bed. That's what I'm talking about with increasers so that you can start work early and finish it also early. Add something you're excited for into your morning routine so that when you wake up, you actually want to start doing something and you are right into action. Then there are one-time actions, things that you need to do and they might improve your sleep. So the first one is place lights that you use in the evening low in your physical environment. So don't use overhead lights, but use some lamps or some lights that you can put actually on the floor. It would be enough to see what's around you, but it won't disturb your system. Do not stress about falling asleep. It's kind of paradoxical, but it actually works. You don't need, when you have a belief that I don't need a lot of sleep, it would help you to fall asleep easily and not stress out about it. Then get blackout curtains and or eye masks so that everything's dark and it would be better for your sleep. Get a nice mattress, get a good pillow and potentially a weighted blanket. Then there are things to try. You can see for yourself if it works or not. And here we have napping, taking supplements for sleep. Again, check Andrew Huberman podcast. And also sleep with your partner in separate bedrooms if it disturbs you. A potential next step for Increaser would be a feature that allows you to track those sleep habits. And now we can take a look into the code base if you're a developer and curious about how it was done. So here we have a structure with sleep advice. It consists of name and source URL, and I store it as an object, so it's record of string and sleep advice. A nice part about React and making reusable components is that I pretty much didn't do anything to implement the interface. So here we have sleep advice, it's just a card, then we stack, and we render everything in a simple named list. And here we have sleep advice item. So when you press on it, we want to store it into a local storage. I have a use persistent storage value hook. And I did that because it's still an experimental feature. It doesn't make sense to add a backend for it, and it is enough to store everything in local storage at that stage. That's all, sleep well and stay productive.